I think most people, when they think of running a business on social media, they're mostly thinking about the level 4 giving invitations. Yeah. Send me a DM if you're interested. Go to my link in bio and sign up. Like, let me know, send me an email when you want to get started, or buy this, or this is on sale. That works if you're on Amazon, but these people are on social. They're not there to be sold to. They're there to be entertained. This doesn't have to feel so overwhelming. These are real people in real situations, and I just have to meet them. I have to meet their needs where they are, and then slowly get them closer and closer to me.
Wouldn't it be nice if your art business loved you back? Hi, I'm Stacie Bloomfield. After years of trial and error and late night doodling, I went from being a coffee shop manager to running a vibrant 7-figure art business that I love. And now I'm on a mission to help more artists create an art business that they love too. So I invite you to find a cozy spot, pull out your favorite sketchbook, and listen in. It's never too late to chase your creative dreams. Welcome to the Art Plus Audience podcast. Hey everybody, I'm so excited to have my friend Nicole Burke here. Hi Nicole.
Hi Stacie, I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so thrilled that you're here, and I'm just so thrilled that I know you, because Nicole, you and I just met a few months ago, right?
I know, and I was like, where have you been all my life? Like, why did I not know Stacie 10 years ago?
Why did I not know Nicole 10 years ago? And everybody, will talk about Nicole and where we met eventually. But really, I want to start out first by teeing this up to say today we're talking to someone who isn't an artist by trade, but very much is a creative entrepreneur in her field, which is gardening, right? Nicole Burke is known as Gardenary online and has a prolific, amazing business where she helps people learn how to create their own herb gardens, to grow their own food. And the way she has done it and connected with her customer is incredibly inspiring. I've already just been observing everything Nicole does and saying, how can I apply this to my own business where I'm helping artists? But Nicole really has this sweet spot, which is growing audiences organically, meaning no ad spend. And that is what so many of you want to know about, is how to do it whenever you don't have the budget yet for ad spend. So Nicole, can you tell everyone a little bit more about yourself?
Yes, you're right. I am in love with gardening. I have a vision that every single person gets to cut a little bit of food from plants and gets to eat it every single day all around the world. And so that's what Gardenary stands for. Gardening is ordinary. It used to be that way over a century ago, and the garden really healed me, helped me. I had food addiction. I had bouts of depression and anxiety, and the garden helped me find my place in this world. And as soon as it did, I was like, this is such a simple thing. It's such an easy thing once you figure it out. And yet I didn't know any person on the planet that knew how to garden. And so I thought, this is a gift that literally, it just should be a human right. If we're on the planet Earth, we should be able to pick a little bit of our own food. So that's my mission. And I'm a mom of 4. You and I get to connect on so many levels. I have 4 teenagers, 17, 16, 14, and 12. And about 9.5 years ago, I was in, I would say, a financial stress would be probably the lightest way to put it. And we live very low debt. We, were driving old paid off cars. We didn't vacation anywhere except for with my parents. We lived super simply. And yet every single month was tough financially and stressful. And so I was homeschooling at the time, and I decided it was time to go for my own dreams and to change things. So I quit homeschooling and started my first business called Rooted Garden. And that is a service-based business where I help people design, install, and then take care of kitchen gardens, food gardens, vegetable gardens. And from that, I ended up meeting people all over the internet. I use this thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, called Instagram. And I just ended up with an audience around the world who would either say, teach me how to garden like that, or I wish I had a business like that. And so from that, in 2017, I launched Gardenary, and Gardenary does just that. So we teach people all over the world to use my gardening methods. And then we also train gardeners to become Gardenary consultants. And we do that mostly through a ton of content. We have loads of videos that we post each and every day. We post to our blog daily. And then we have a podcast too. But essentially, we're trying to just inundate the world with the joy and the message of the garden. And then through that, sell our courses and our products, all with the big mission of getting everybody into the garden.
Oh, wow. So, Nicole, I love your story. I love the way that you look at really what you're doing as the gardening universe. So you teach people pretty much from start to finish, everything that they need to know, not just if they want to run a business, which, I mean, everyone here who's listening probably wants to make money and have their own income that they're creating from their passions, but the bigger mission of helping people to eat in a more healthy way, to heal themselves through being outside with their garden, like that really speaks to me. And that's like a need that I have personally. So I'm very inspired by you, and also doing it all with children. I know the struggle to balance it all. We could probably have a whole other podcast on how to balance a life of motherhood. Maybe I'll have you back. I love that. So Nicole, everybody, I met Nicole just a few months ago because we both were new members to a mastermind that we both joined with Jeff Walker, who, if you do any online courses yourself, you may be familiar with him. He's written a really great book called Launch, and he's just an incredibly humble, amazing mentor and educator. So we both recently joined this program to begin to grow even more, because we're never stopping with our education and growing, right, Nicole?
Never.
And we instantly were drawn to each other because we both are talking directly to customers through Instagram. That's kind of both our main channels of talking to people. And when Nicole told me that she has over 1 million Instagram followers and that she grew them all organically, so not only is her business already incredible, but that alone, my jaw dropped. And I think everyone in the entire room, whenever they met you and you told them, everyone said, stop. How did you do this? And Nicole impromptu gave a presentation to an entire room of people about how she has done this. And so, Nicole, can you just tell everyone a little bit more about growing an audience for your specific niche?
Yes. So I see Instagram, I see social media as a town. And you can do this to everyone listening. Imagine that, social media is a town and you are building in that town. And so our whole idea, our whole way of thinking about it, don't get caught up in the algorithm and what's trending, but just think of each social media platform is a town and you're one of the buildings in that town. And so I see people on the platform into 4 categories: people that are really far away in the town, super far away from me, nowhere near my store, never heard of me, don't care a thing about gardening, not in the town to garden at all, and I'm a total stranger to them. Then people who are a little bit closer in the town to me, they know a little bit about gardening, but they don't know how to garden, and they've never really been to a garden shop. People closer in, that's the 3rd level. These are people that know about gardening, they're interested in gardening, but it feels overwhelming to them, but they already know of some other gardening accounts. They already, make their way around to garden centers, things like that. And then the 4th level are people who are right at the front door of my shop. They're literally driving by the corner of my shop. Those are what we call level 4. So when I think about social media, I think about talking to all 4 levels of those people. So for the people super far away, I'm not trying to teach them anything, sell them anything, show them anything. I'm just trying to entertain them. So I'm going to be making videos and posts that are funny, that tell stories, that rise up emotions in people. I'm just trying to get their attention because they don't care a thing about me or gardening. So I'm just trying to make them laugh, make them smile, make them feel something in their bones so that they want to get a little bit closer to my store. Level 2, that kind of person who maybe knows a little bit about gardening, is a little bit closer to my town. For that person, I want to teach them something. So those kind of videos and posts that I'm making for that person, for the level 2 person, I'm trying to say, hey, here's a tip, here's a hack, here's a step-by-step, here's a way to do this. And so when they see my post, if they happen to see my post, they're going to, I didn't know you could do that with tomatoes. Or, oh, that is super cool. I didn't know that you could turn one plant into 100. And so they come a little bit closer. That level 3 person, this person's already been entertained by me. They've already been taught a little something by me. For that third level person, I'm going to start showing off a little bit. So every now and then I'm going to do a couple of posts, couple of videos that show what I actually can do. So maybe I gave a hack about a tomato plant. Well, the next video for that person, I'm going to show a tomato harvest. I'm going to show, look, this is, if you follow this hack, this actually is the results you can get. And then finally, for that fourth level, for the person who's really close to my store, I'm going to invite them in. I'm going to give them some way to come onto my website, to come to an event that I'm hosting off of social media and say, hey, come on over. I've got something really cool to show you. So I call that invitational videos. So that's where I say, like, hey, we're having a workshop, we're having a sale, we're having a class, we're having a challenge. Those are invitations. So when I think about reaching people, reaching the masses, I try not to think of the internet because the internet feels so overwhelming. Instead, I try to think of a physical place like a town, and then I focus on those 4 levels of people. So when it comes to my, like all the videos and things we produce, I try to average like 70 to 80% of my content is entertainment. So I'm really trying to push out as often as possible to reach the far corners of my town. And then about maybe 15, 20% is educational. Another 10% would be showcase. And then just like 5% is invitational. I think most people, when they think of running a business on social media, they're mostly thinking about the level 4, giving invitations. Yeah. Send me a DM if you're interested. Go to my link in bio and sign up. Like, let me know, send me an email when you want to get started, or buy this, or this is on sale. And that works if you're on Amazon, but these people are on social. They're not there to be sold to. They're there to be entertained. And so that's the way I view social. I've been thinking about social media that way probably since 2018. That's when I started to really see, like, oh, this is more like a geographical location. Like, this doesn't have to feel so overwhelming. These are real people in real situations, and I just have to meet them. I have to meet their needs where they are, and then slowly get them closer and closer to me.
Wow. It's incredible to think of it that way. You're really good with analogy, and I'm always inspired by you whenever you talk about this, because for me, I think that even I think of social media often as that level 4. Instagram is there to either get someone on my email list or to get them to sign up for something. Yeah. And it's really hard, especially when I'm talking to other artists that I teach. Strategy for social media feels so daunting and scary. It feels like you said, a big, giant pool, and you're a small fish. And how is anyone going to notice you that you're swimming around? So tell me then, if you're at the beginning, going back to 2028 is whenever you started thinking about it, like, what were you doing then in 2028 with your social media versus now where you have 1 million followers?
Yeah, so 2018, I had about 40,000. And that was all. IGTV had not come out yet. IGTV came out, or it was right that summer was when it released. It was like June of 18. So Instagram was starting to try to do video, but they had mostly with static images. If you're artists listening, this was back in the day when all you needed was a really nice aesthetic feed, and boom, you're good. The way I grew my social at that time was a really hard time to grow social because, the algorithm did not allow your post to be in front of strangers. Like now it does with videos, but it did not at that time. So the way I grew my account to 40,000 from 0, I started with 0 in 2015, didn't even have a smartphone at the start of 2015. Like that's how new I was to the internet, social, everything. Is I would post, I would tag other accounts. I ran contests. So once a week, I had what I called, my company at that time was Rooted Garden. I had Rooted Garden games. So I would say, this week's contest is post something yellow. Everyone would post and tag me. I would choose 9 finalists and then have my followers vote. So that got lots of community building, people coming back to see who were the finalists, then coming back to see who won. And then I would do Takeover Tuesdays. I would invite someone in a parallel business to come and take over my feed once a week. And then I use lots of words. So a big thing, if you think about creating a movement, creating a community, we come together around our words, around our phrases, around just like things that we say. When you say it, you go, yeah, like we're the same. And so I would do these little quote cards and just little, silly phrases. Like I remember one of my first ones was like, all I'm saying is you've never seen me crying and gardening at the same time. Like just little things that a gardener would say, or that someone who identified. So that's how I started to build my community, was 2018, or in 2018, through those things. I would do challenges, I would do games, I would do takeovers, trying to get that, like that magic of finding other people that are that would like me, but also liked other things. So like you want to ask if you're listening, hopefully, obviously you're listening, everyone listening, you want to ask this question. If they like me, they would also like. If they like my art, they would also like. If they're interested in my art, they would also be interested in. And so then you go and you find those accounts. So we're not talking about other artists, right? So I'm not doing this with other gardeners. I'm going, if they're interested in gardening, they're also interested in farmers market. They're also interested in yoga. They're also interested in gut health. They're also interested in chiropractor. They're also interested, you see, like it's like, wow. And then you get all these possibilities and you go, oh, like this is my corner of the town. I've got my shop here. There's the chiropractor, there's the juice bar, there's the yoga studio, right? And then you just start building this really cool village of all of these accounts that go together. So for artists listening, for someone who's interested in beautiful, unique art, what are they also interested in? That would be a question for you.
And that question came up yesterday in a group that I coach, because someone said all of my followers are other artists. And I'm not selling to other artists.
No.
I am trying to sell to other people. My ideal customer feels so obtuse. Like, who is that? So talking about it this way means that you almost find who your ideal customer is by like converging audiences a little bit, right?
Yes. The worst thing that we do as business owners is we go follow other business owners that own similar businesses, because that tells the algorithm, just go find more artists. And that's what we're going to end up gathering. And you don't want to do that. You want to think, someone who wants a gingerbread tea towel, what do they also want? They also want a KitchenAid mixer. They also want a Williams-Sonoma brass muffin tin. They also want, a nugget ice maker, right? And those are your people. Like you want to go to, they also want, they want delicious recipes. And so you go to someone who's making recipes, you do a thing with them, or like, let's say if you're selling a beautiful shopping bag, right? So it's like, where are those people shopping that are bringing that shopping bag? Like collaborate with those people. So I caught on to that really early, which was I'm really thankful for that. And that was what got me to 40K. 2020 was when IGTV hit. I did it. I would say everyone listening, when a social media platform brings in a new opportunity, take it. Like you get priority if you jump on the trains early. And so I jumped on the stories train. I jumped on the IGTV train. I was very slow to jump on the Reels train. It was 2020. My kids were all home. It was a really hard, stressful time, I turned it into a stressful time. And I didn't feel like I understood Reels and TikTok. I wasn't active on TikTok at that time. And I was slow to get there. Finally caught on by, I would say, late 2021, 2022. And then the beginning of 2023, I made a commitment to go all in on short form video, posting at least once a day, often 3 times a day. I posted 1,000 videos basically from the start of 2023 to the end. And that's when everything blew up for me. So we ended 2022 at like 260,000 followers. And at the end of 2023, we had 640. So we added, almost 400,000 followers within 12 months. And then since you and I are talking in the very end of May, so we've had about 5 months in 2020. What are we in? 2024, we have added over 400,000 followers in just 5 months. So we're averaging right now 5,000 to 7,000 new followers a day.
Oh my gosh. Everyone listen to that number. 5,000 new followers a day. And here's what I want you all to know. And I'm gonna tell us a little bit more about this. So often people say, well, follower count doesn't matter because followers don't equal buyers.
Right.
This is where Nicole also is a genius when it comes to online marketing and understanding her customer, because you convert. These folks convert into buyers of your products, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So the whole thing, I never sell on social. So you'll never see me say, hey, buy my stuff, go to my link in bio, order a consult, whatever. What we do is we use an automation tool called DM ManyChat. And all of our stuff, everything I post always leads to a resource. So we have a free resource that we always offer for each and every video. And it changes. So it's not the same. It's not like, oh, yes, we already have that guide. We got it a year ago. It changes about every 7 to 12 days. And again, same question that we talked about in terms of like, if you want my gingerbread tea towel, you would also want this. We want to think about as artists. So for all of the artists, y'all could do this so easily. Number one, just like have a free download they can print out and turn into hangable art, right? So all of y'all should do this 100%. Like you could do this night and day and night. It's so easy. Like just take something you've made in art and make it a downloadable thing that they could download and frame or whatever, however you want to use it, and give that away for free. Like boom, you got it. And so you could give a new download every 7 to 12 days as an artist. And what people have to do to get that is they have to give you their email address or their text. And so you've now got a way to bring them into your store. So back to our analogy of the town, this gets people off the street where they can just easily pass by your store and forget about you and never think about you or never see your store, because they're so far away from you in the town. This gets them into your shop. So you can say, hey, I have a sale coming, or I just released a new design, or we have a print sale happening. This now makes it so that you don't have to worry about the algorithm. You don't have to worry about going viral to be seen because you have an email address, you have a phone number, you have a way to offer them your sale afterwards. So yeah, everyone listening, this is the way you play the game. So you give something for free, and we're always asking that same question. If they would want this, they would also want that. And so when you're giving your free downloads, you want to be thinking about what you're going to sell later. So if you want, I wouldn't want, if I, let's say I'm a botanical, obviously, I like botanical art. And so like, I wouldn't want you to give me a free, like, I don't know, graphic novel thingy, right? Like, and then try to sell me botanical art on the other side, right? But if you want to give me like a little, like what you've got behind you, Stacie, like give me that download, right? And then sell me a botanical on the other side, like an actual print, then boom, perfect. So yeah, that's how we do it. Is we ask people to give us a keyword, then we send them a DM. That allows us to get their information so we can give them a free resource. And then from there, we have the opportunity to move them into a sales opportunity where we say, hey, if you liked this, you'll love going deeper. And, not everybody does. Most people don't, but they got a wonderful resource and value from us. And we got to move into a deeper relationship than just being social friends.
And the deeper relationship is the thing that I think we are all moving back towards. I think that that's the thing that felt easier to have when Instagram felt smaller. But now I'm spending so much time. Yeah, I have automations because Nicole told me to set up some automations. So I have a few mini chats running. But I am now talking directly to people in my DMs because, like Nicole said, getting them off the virtual streets and into like your doorway, your storefront, talk to them. That's where we can learn who is there. Like, what are they interested in? What else do I have to offer them? Or what else maybe could I create after I've seen enough people say that they're interested in this thing? Real conversation is like the answer to all the mystery of like, who do I sell to, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So Nicole, if you had any pieces of advice for someone who today is like, okay, I hear this. I need short form video. I need to go all in with Instagram Reels. I need to do ManyChat, but I am so intimidated because I don't know how to be on camera. I don't know how to film myself. I'm not interesting. I don't have a pretty studio. These are the roadblocks that I hear time and time again from people who are like, okay, yes, but. So what would you tell someone who needs some encouragement to get off their keister and make some videos?
Uh-huh. So number one, you have to get out of your own way. You have to love your business more than you love your ego.
Yep.
And so 99% of the reason you're not doing this is because you're embarrassed for yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
So most everybody, you'll come up with a million excuses. You'll come up with a million reasons why this won't work for you. The real reason it won't work for you is you're afraid to show up in public.
And Nicole, I experienced this too, and I don't mind being on camera, but something happened to me recently. And so I took your advice and I was looking through your reels, and you had this one reel where you're like, hey, stop doing this thing. And you hit your camera and you're talking to this, like, I'm going to do something like that too. So I did. And people started saying I was deranged in the comments. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, this is a moment, Stacie. You can either delete this or you can see what happens and put your ego aside. And it performed very, very well for me in terms of interaction. And sometimes a negative interaction actually drives more interaction. But I felt that pain of like, oh no, someone doesn't like it. Someone doesn't like what I'm doing. It was painful.
Yeah.
Keep going. And I'm sure you've experienced that too, right?
Absolutely. I took the video in like 2020, and it's me like eating lettuce really fast from the garden. And the comments, that video went super viral. It has like it keeps getting views. It's so annoying. I'm like, shut this thing down. But people literally will come in and be like, I feel sorry for this lady's kids. And, people will do anything for attention these days. And this is sickening. I mean, it's just, it's the internet is a hateful place. Here's the thing. First of all, you have to, like, all the work is here and here, right? We're going to think that it's about them and the mean people and all that stuff. We can make it all about them. But if you're good, I mean, one of my life coach sessions, she said, if you tell me, like, Stacie, if we're in this conversation, you say, Nicole, I hate your pink hair. I'm going to go, well, that's nice, but I don't have pink hair, so I don't care what you say, right? Like, I know I don't have pink hair. And so even if you tell me I look so ugly and terrible and detest my pink hair, I know I don't have pink hair, so I don't care what you say. And so, like, that you're not deranged.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. Exactly. And so the only insults that can truly hurt us, or the only things that people say that can truly hurt us, are things that we actually deep down kind of wonder if they're true.
Yep.
Right. And so it is all this, like, all that we do out there, it's all has to be worked out here first. So the first step is we have to say, my business, my future, my family, me is worth, we are literally standing in a place right now. Like, there's an opportunity that has never been available to any of us before, and we do not know how long it will be available. All of us for free right now can grab this, make a video, post it, and it could reach millions of people. Everyone listening to this podcast right now could be known by millions of people before tonight.
Yeah.
For free. I mean, we've never been in a time like this before, and it will not last. They will start charging ads. Things will change. And so you have to decide, everyone listening has to decide, I'm either going to pick up this money that's laying on the floor, or I'm either going to, like, if I said to you every single day, Stacie, you and I have 10 lottery tickets that we can either pick up or we can leave on the ground. And that's essentially what the case for all of us. And so first of all, you've got to decide, yes, I actually believe this is a real opportunity. That's a big thing. And it's an opportunity for me. Like, I really do believe there's a level playing field, because there really is. That's the first thing. The second thing you have to decide, I love my business. I love myself. I love my future, my family, more than I love my ego. That's the second thing. And then the third thing, once you do that work and you post and people call you deranged and tell you that they feel bad for your kids, you have to it's a cycle. You go back in, you say, this is an opportunity that's never been here before. You reassess, who am I? Am I secure in myself? Am I deranged? Are my kids okay? Like, am I a healthy human being? Am I happy with who I am? And then this sentence I definitely tell myself, and I'm sure you do too, is like, no one doing better than you is ever going to hate on you, right? The only people who even have time for that kind of thing are people who are struggling. And so they're either coming at you, I love the saying, hurt people, right? And so that person who posted that, they're hurting. And so you just kind of say a prayer for them and wish them well and move on and thank them for the fact that they just helped your video perform better on social, right? Because every interaction, like Instagram, TikTok, they don't see negative and positive. They see interaction. It's either plus or minus, Did people interact or did they not? Not did they interact positively? And so, so every comment, I saw one person said, this was on TikTok, and someone had this super rude comment on this person's feed, like, why do you keep showing up on my feed? And the person replied, I was like, because you keep commenting.
Yeah. It's people don't understand how that works. The algorithm will show you more of what you keep interacting with.
And it shows you more of what you're interested in, right? So like people are seeing you, Stacie, because they have literally told the internet they're interested in people like you. Yeah. So it was meant to be.
And so what we have to do is get out of our own way, and we have to commit to posting. And I know you've probably heard this recently too, that Instagram is like not even rewarding the most polished videos anymore. Like they want people to pick up their phone and shoot 15 seconds worth of video B-roll and share, right? That's what Instagram wants us to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
They want real people, real interactions. I mean, I shared this with y'all at Jeff Walker's thing, right? I was like, stop being perfect.
Stop being perfect.
Right? Like the internet doesn't want perfect anymore. The internet wants real. And so we're all waiting to post or perfecting our post, and you're literally ruining it.
Yeah.
The more you perfect it, you make it worse.
So Nicole, if someone who's listening right now wants to learn more about this, if they're like, I love Nicole, I love this strategy, I need some help getting started, where can they find you and learn more?
Yes. So we actually, for your listeners, in the Celebrate Your podcast, we have a mini course that is my formula for a perfect post. And not a perfect, we said perfect doesn't exist, but an award-winning post. And it's my 7 parts of the formula. So that is a free gift we'd love to give your people. So I'll be able to put that in your show notes, but you can get that at heynicoleburke.com. So that's my personal, where I'm tracking and telling more of like my marketing secrets and things that I've done to grow my own business. So heynicoleburke.com and heynicoleburke on Instagram. That's more of like behind the scenes of growing my business. And then if you want to watch me grow my business, you can go to Gardenary Co, GardenaryCo, and then look at any of my videos, and you can put in a keyword that I tell you to, and then you can literally watch this whole thing unfold and see how I use this to grow my business. And then you can go to Gardenary.com. Loads, all the blog posts you'll ever want to read about gardening, and we'll try our best to convince you that you need a garden like yesterday.
Like yesterday. Nicole, that is so generous of you to have a free mini course for our listeners. And everybody, take advantage of this. Learn from Nicole. It's not often that I hear something new and I sit up straight in my chair and I'm like, hold on there, friend, tell me more. And when I first heard Nicole explain this, I just could not get enough. And you're going to feel the same way. Thank you so much, Nicole, for being here today and for sharing your knowledge and just challenging people to get out of their own way and just take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
Yes, I truly hope everyone listening will go for it. Post a video every day, 5 seconds. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be polished. If you commit to just showing up for your people, you'll get better and better at it. But it has to start with action. So I hope that everyone listening will go for it. We really are in a unique time, so we should all take advantage of it.
Nicole, you're a delight. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. And everybody, thank you for tuning in. And I will talk to you next time during our episodes of Art Plus Audience. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you subscribe to this podcast and then share it with one of your best art friends? I'd really appreciate it. And then head on over to Instagram and follow me at the Leverage Your Art account and you can keep up with all of our future episodes. Thank you so much for your support. It means everything to have you here listening and learning. Bye.